These are the AM ARROWMAX precision electric screwdrivers. These are meant for small electronics, to repair them, take screws out, put screws in, things like that. There are 3 different ones here. All of these have won the 2021 Red Dot Award for innovative products. I'm going to go over each one of these. We have the SES Mini, the SES, and the SES Pro. We're going to start with the Mini, and I'll tell you the differences between all of them as we go along. For each one of these, you get the instruction manual, charging cable, USB to USB-C connector on that, the screwdriver itself. They are different sizes and have different features, which is what we're going to go over. A stand for the screwdriver has a rubber pad on the bottom, and the screwdriver can fit right in like that, so it'll stand up, and then you can take it with you like that and use it. They give you an extension for it, a magnetic screw pad like that, so that's magnetic there, keep your screws on that, and a set of 96 bits in a nice case. Click it, and then you can pull it out. And inside you have 96 bits in total. It's actually 48 bits that are double-sided for 96. This black thing is a plain old manual screwdriver that you can use with these bits as well. There are a whole different type of different bits in here, different head sizes, different types of screws like that. I'm going to put a picture in here from the manual that shows you what you get, and again, this is for any of these 3 screwdrivers. The bit holders are magnetic, as you see right there. You can go ahead and take out the one you need, and you're all set. Like I said, they are double-sided as such. Here's the manual screwdriver. We'll just start with that. And, you know, obviously the bit just goes right in like that. And there you are. Cap that rotates, so you can operate the screwdriver very easily. Put your hand on it and turn it all as one unit. And the swiveling cap allows you to do that with one hand as you do your work. So that's really nice like that. It's a basic manual screwdriver, but we're here for what the actual electric screwdriver does. So we can put the bit in. You just got to wiggle it and get it just to the right position there, and then it will go in. If you want, they give you an extension that'll plug in there, and then you can put your bit in. These ones with the larger Phillips are, the larger flat are a little difficult to get in, but they do go. And there you go. So you can use it with the extension if you want, or without. We'll start without. So here you have 2 buttons. Down, and take a look at the lights. Shows it's screwing in, or the other way, and we'll unscrew. This one is shorter than the rest. By the way, there's lights at the end there, which is nice to light up your work, so that's real convenient. And this also doubles as a battery indicator. As you see right there, it's got 3 out of 4 lights showing the state of charge. So you can tighten screws, loosen screws with that, and you can do that all day. Also, the bit is locked at all times. There's, of course, just a little play in it. So you can use this always as a manual screwdriver as such. Alright, so this is the SES Mini. Let me show you how it works, and then we'll move on to the standard SES unit. Starting with the manual screwdriver, you can just go in here, and one hand, because of that cap, you can loosen your screw, and then of course you can put it back in Simple and easy like that. So that's the manual screwdriver. We all know how that works. Using that same screw I just tightened by hand, here's something I'm going to tell you right off. Never use any kind of electric tool that will produce torque, twisting force, to fully tighten any screws. And here's why I say that. These are not extremely powerful. Every tool that you use should be used as an aid to drive the screw. With any screw that you have that initial to get it loose, and then you got to turn to remove the screw. This will not remove this screw that I just torqued by hand. See, we have that screwed in. It just kind of locks up. So, remove the screw first, just that initial okay, and then it'll take the screw out. Now I should go and magnetize these bits. That'll make it a lot easier to remove the screws, but you can of course flip it upside down. The same thing goes tightening it. You don't want it to go all the way, and this is where the lower torque is going to benefit you. It stops. Now, I can turn it that little bit more, like that. It won't remove that now. But that's okay. You turn it, just to get that initial breaking of the screw, and then it can loosen it without any problem. So always use this as a tool just to aid with your speed to remove. So again, if we go to this one here, it's not going to take it out. We got to just break it free, and now press the button and it will remove the screw. Simple like that. Tightening back down, you go back in there, press the down button, right in, and then you can torque it where you want. And that feels good to me. This one here as well, tighten it back down and torque it into place. For a laptop like this where the screws are still kind of big, this is what you're going to run into. But on much smaller electronics like phones, if you're into that kind of repair, this probably will produce enough torque. This does 0.15 Newton meters of torque. So this again was the SES Mini. Now we're going to go on to the standard SES. The standard SES screwdriver includes the same accessories, the same bit set that I showed you before, with the same manual screwdriver and the extension, USB cable, manual, and a magnetic sheet for whatever screws that you take out. You also get the base as such right here. This one has an OLED display on it here. It also has different speeds. To get into the speed menu, you triple click the switch, and then you can select. We'll start on 1, and I'll let you just hear it. Okay, you have your same screw in, screw out. Okay, and as you do that, it shows you which direction the screw is turning and an animation. So that's on 1. On 2, it's slower. On 3, slower still. And on 4, still slower yet. Same lights at the end, all of that. We're going to set that back to 1, which is your maximum speed, and I'll show you how this works. This screwdriver is a little bit more powerful at 0.2 Newton meters of torque. Will it remove the screw? No, you still have to break it, and once you've broken the screw, Now it'll take it out without any problem. Same goes screwing in, right like that, and then you can torque it to where you want. Just as an aside, I was a PC technician for years, and I fixed over 10,000 computers, most of them being laptops. All of the work that I did, and this included full teardowns, was by using a manual screwdriver. So I know the proper torque of stuff, and I know what happens if you over torque things, and believe you me, there were other technicians there who did over torque things, and then I was left to be the one to try to get those screws out that the heads were mangled on. Don't mess around with this stuff. You're dealing with tiny screws. When you do that, they have the potential to strip the head out, and then you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So it's a good thing, in my opinion, that you have to break the screw free first, and then the driver will remove it without any problem. Same thing with tightening it, because again, if you over tighten that, you know, that's the right torque right there. I'm satisfied with that. You can go and wrench on this thing. You will break the laptop or the phone or tablet or whatever you're working on. I guarantee you will do it. I've made my own mistakes in the past. So a lower powered screwdriver as such is a great thing. So this one, once again, includes the 4 speeds. Hit the button up here, and then you can select them. 1 is the fastest, and then 2, 3, 4 are slower, slower, and slower still. Again, to do that, triple click, press, 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 give it a second, and then it'll run at the lower speed. Triple click, press to get to the one you want, give it a second, and there's your higher speed like that. So this is the SES compared to the SES Mini. A little bit higher torque at 0.2 compared to 0.15. Look at the difference in size as well. Okay. So this is a little bit shorter, which some people may like. It's pretty much as good as this here, but this has, you know, a couple nicer little features and the ability to adjust the speed and whatnot as such. Now we'll go on to the SES Pro. SES Pro includes the same accessories as before, the 96-bit set with the manual screwdriver, the extension, USB cable, stand, manual, and a magnetic pad, as you see right there. This one operates differently. As you see, it does not have up and down buttons. And you might be saying, well, what does this only go in one direction? How does this work? No, this actually has auto sense, which is kind of ingenious. So let's get the laptop and I'll show you how this works. All right, this one operates differently from the rest because you only have the one button. For this, it senses the twisting force. Now, this only happens when you hold the button down. So you can take this and use it as a manual screwdriver as much as you want, and it's not going to do anything but just sit there for you and maybe give you a nice light so you can see what you're doing. This one has 0.2 Newton meters of force. Triple click and you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, same as the other one, but also the A automatic mode, which will kind of sense what speed, what torque and stuff like that that you need. I'm going to set it back to the 1 and we'll go with that. The way this works is, I get the screwdriver locked in, press and hold the button and turn the screwdriver in the direction that you want it to go. And as you do that, once you break it free, okay, so now I want to tighten it. All I do is hold the button, turn it in the direction I want the screw to go, and it tightens it down. Turn it manually at any time. And where is the button? There we are. Press and hold. and turn it in the unscrew direction, press and hold, turn it in the screw in direction, counterclockwise or clockwise. Really kind of nice. Again, you want to break it free first because that's the initial torque that you want to overcome, and always do by hand in the end. Alright, I'm going to show you that again. Press and hold, turn to unscrew, and it does it. Press and hold, turn to screw, and it locks it in. Now that's where it stops. As far as where I feel the torque is, I'm going to go back to my old standby, the manual screwdriver, because this way I can feel it exactly where I want it to be. Very close. It just needed just that much more. Right there is good. And you'll notice that the way I torque screws, and they're not torqued excessively because, again, I've broken my fair share of stuff. Get the screwdriver locked in. I had to break it free. If you leave the screws at the torque the screwdriver provides, that's fine. But you're going to find that, you know, factory tightened screws are tighter than this can really provide. And again, just that little bit more. Doesn't take much. Very, very little force. But again, this will not undo it from there. I need to just break it free, and then it'll take it out. So some might say, well, it's a little underpowered, and I say that's a good thing. Because again, I can't tell you how many other techs have stripped screws out, and I was the one who had to go and extract them. Believe me, I got a lot of machines under my belt. I've done this for many years. You never, ever want to over-torque stuff. This will indeed get the job done. If you want to tighten it just to the torque that this can provide, you can leave it like that, but as far as I'm concerned, it just needs a smidge more. And you saw it was just the tiniest bit. It's maybe not even a 1/16th of a turn. Very, very small amount. So if it were a little bit more powerful, perhaps that could save all of the time, but as it is, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. So a quick recap. All of them come with 96 bits, extension, manual screwdriver, charger, instruction manual, and magnetic pad. The Mini does 0.15 Newton meters. The SES and SES Pro do 0.2 Newton meters. This offers 4 different speeds. This offers 4 different speeds plus an automatic mode. And the Pro also has that one with the one button that you just twist and it automatically knows which way to go. All around, they're great screwdrivers. Each one of these can do approximately 900 screws on a charge, and they will rotate at a maximum of 200 RPM. That is more than plenty for the type of stuff that you'd be working on with these screwdrivers. Again, these are precision screwdrivers meant for small electronics and things of that nature. Anything with those really tiny screws that you just can't see and can't hang on to, that's what these are for. And now you know the difference between the Mini, the SES, and the SES Pro, so you can make the best decision for your electronics repair needs. If you'd like to purchase any of these items, I will leave a link to each one in the video description below. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.